Peace and Yah bless. This is Yeremiah ben Israel, the servant of Yah, the Holy One of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. I want to make a brief video discussing the situation with the flood. And I read this about countless times, and that just shows how great Yah is, and He reveals things to you whenever He chooses. And this is the first time that Yah has shown me the truth of what happened during the time of the flood. Now, the question is, what did Yah do to flood the earth? Okay, because as this time, up until this time, I've been reading this book. I thought, to my understanding, that Yah just flooded the earth by causing it to rain 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, but from my recent studies, I come to find out that that wasn't the case, that it was more to it than just the rain that Yah caused, to come down upon the earth. All right. And actually, it was two things that took place, okay, during this time that Yah caused to flood the earth. And we're going to get into that right now. Okay, so I wanted to take you to Genesis chapter 7, okay, down to verse 11, okay, and I'm going to explain the truth of the matter when it came to the flood and how Yah flooded the earth, okay, for 40 days and 40 nights, all right? All right, so we're going to start here in verse 11 in Genesis chapter 7. It says, in the 600th year of Noah's life, in the second month, the 17th day of the month, the same day were all the fountains of the great deep broken up. Now, I never really understood exactly what Yah was saying here, okay? Through Moses, when Moses wrote the book of Genesis, okay? When Yah took him back in the visions and showed Moses everything that took place, okay? I never understood what it meant by the fountains of the great deep broken up. Okay, well, the fountain, to my understanding, okay, when you read this book of remembrance, Yah always talks about how the great deep is the oceans. All right, the oceans, the great deep. All right, the water underneath the earth. Okay. All right. So what does it mean exactly when Yah says, all right, when He showed Moses in the visions about the fountains of the great deep broken up? Okay, when you do your research on it and then you figure out what the Most High was doing, all right, when you research water volcanoes, okay, when you get eruptions underneath the earth that cause, underneath the waters of the earth, all right, that causes a water eruption, okay, in the ocean that shoots forth water up into the sky. Okay, and that's what it meant. And also, if those of you who are familiar how tsunamis are created, is when the earth shifts underneath the ocean, causing an earthquake, and that earthquake causes the water to rise and comes into like a big, gigantic wave. Okay, let's look it up. Go on YouTube and look up tsunamis and also look up water volcanoes. And that's what Yah was also doing as He was causing the rain to come down upon the earth when He opened the windows of the heavens. Okay, like I said, the earth is flat and there is a glass dome. All right, if you go back into my previous video when I was doing the chronological order of the 6 days of creation, when Yah separated the waters from the waters, He created a glass dome to protect us from the waters above us. Okay, when He created the firmament. All right, so Yah allowed the windows, He allowed those windows in the glass firmament to open up and allowed that water to come down, all right, which caused it to rain. Okay, and as He was doing that, He was breaking up the fountains of the great deep, causing these water volcanoes to continually erupt. Okay, and in certain places, He was causing the earth to shift, all right, and creating tsunamis to flood the earth also while He was bringing rain for 40 days and 40 nights. Okay, so that's just, I want to share this just to give you a better understanding and a better detailed vision of what Yah was actually doing when he calls the earth to flood for 40 days and 40 nights. All right. So once again, it says the same day were all the fountains, okay, the water volcanoes, all right, of the great deep, all right, broken up, which means he calls the water to shift. He calls it, these fountains, all right, underneath the water to erupt. And, okay, this is letting you know that two things were taking place here. Okay, the fountains of the great deep broken up, and the windows of heaven were opened. All right, so Yah was allowing the water to come from two different directions. He was allowing the water underneath the earth in the great deep of the oceans to shoot up, all right, and flood the earth that way. Also, he was causing it to rain, as you see here in verse 12. And the rain was upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. So two things were actually taking place here. All right. And to substantiate that, we go to the next chapter here in Genesis chapter 8. Okay, I'm gonna take it from the top. I want to read the first two verses on chapter 8. And this is after all of it was over. Okay. And Yah remembered Noah and every living thing and all the cattle that was with him in the ark. And Yah made a wind to pass over the earth, and the waters assuaged. Okay? The fountains also of the deep. Okay? The fountains also, like I said, the volcanic, eruptions. All right? And Yah causing the earth to shift to cause tsunamis. The fountains also of the deep, and the windows of heaven were stopped. So Yah stopped both of them simultaneously. He stopped the waters underneath the earth from rising up, from the water, continual water volcano eruptions, nonstop for 40 days. All right, nonstop. And the windows of heaven were stopped. So he closed the windows over the, glass dome and caused the rain to cease. And he also caused those water volcano eruptions to stop, and the rain from heaven was restrained. Okay, all right. So, like I said, this is just a quick video to give you some more clarity on the truth of the matter when it came to the flood and how Yah is to be feared, and his judgments are severe. Okay, he was bringing water from two different directions. There was no way to survive the flood. No way. Okay, that rain continually coming down from the heavens and the water erupting inside the ocean. Okay, that was shooting water up. Okay, and like I said, Yah was causing the earth to shift to bring tsunamis. And we all have heard of tsunamis because Yah is bringing tsunamis today on the earth. Okay, in certain places of the earth where he's pouring out his judgment, causing all these natural disasters. So when you get a chance, just research, okay, water volcanoes and also the devastation of tsunamis and how much damage it causes and how it was no way to survive the flood. All right. So once again, this is just a video to bring more clarity. Peace and Yah bless. And may Yah be with you. Yah bless. Peace.